Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Wicked Wednesday DirtyBird Tea. I am your host, the OG, Big Sam, coming at you live in living color, in Dirty Bird color, in Dirty Bird mind. We have a few things to get to today. You know, uh, most noticeably this fan base outrage and dismissing the IQ or the ability to coach this team, assemble this team, move this team on Arthur Smith. Why? Why? Why do fans think they know more than Coach Smith? You know, you know what I'm saying? Why is that? I mean, because if we go by some of you all's logic, we would still be in salary cap hell. If we go by some of you all's logic, we wouldn't have the defense that we have assembled this past offseason. If we go by you all's logic, and I'm saying you all in general, I'm not speaking, you know what I'm saying? When we go by that logic, man, we wouldn't have the running back room that we have. We wouldn't have some of the, free agent acquisitions that we have. We wouldn't have the rookie left guard that we have. We wouldn't have the rookie Zach Harrison that we have. We wouldn't have AJ. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that we wouldn't have. And we would still be in salary cap hell. I mean, let's really, you know what I'm saying, take a gander and take a look at the things that Arthur Smith has done to set this foundation, to build this foundation, to put us in a position where we are now, you know what I'm saying, with some light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. To being able to compete, to being able, what I'm saying, to compete in this division, being able to compete in this conference, being able to compete in this league. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? And it's just the opposite, Mr. Eagle fan. It's just the opposite. Because if you listen to some of these, I'm not sure if you live here or you live in Pennsylvania. But here, yeah, a lot of this fan base actually think they know more than Coach Smith. I mean, and that's just bona fide fact. A lot of these people in this fan base think they know more than Coach. I mean, if that was the case, some of you would have NFL jobs. I've seen a lot of, Coach Arthur Smith is not the guy for this job. Well, I beg to differ, and we could take these first 2 years as an example, because I don't think any other coach, even with the way both those seasons turned out, I don't think any other coach would have had us even remotely contending for the division title with the rosters in either one of those 2 years, like he did. I mean, it's like everything this man does, sends y'all into a clusterfuck. He wins games. Y'all mad about that, saying that we're blowing the season because we're winning and we should tank, saying to get a viable quarterback. Yeah, that kind of foolishness. And then when he loses a game, oh, it's apocalyptic. See, we told you he wasn't the man. I mean, you're mad about the wins, then you get mad about the losses. I mean, is there anything in this scenario that would, saying that would end in a vote of, positive observation from you people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because obviously winning games don't do it. You know what I mean? I'm curious to know. You know, shoot, man. Engine number 9. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Floyd Donnelly. Appreciate the love. And yeah, I feel the same way. That's my coach. You got to believe in Arthur Smith. He has the foundation. He has the game plan. You know, another PRE. How's it going? ATL Leo. What's up, family? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the, let's see, MVGs. Thanks for the love. Thanks for coming in. The plan is to, what I'm saying, for him to, the plan for Kyle, after missing the what he missed and rehab and all, just working back in. He's gonna do exactly what we're doing now. Working them back in, working. You know, slow process of getting him, all in. Y'all forget, man. You know, he didn't play now one of them 4 games because he was injured. You know what I'm saying, with Desmond. And basically, this season here is them getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Dez and Drake got familiarity, and Hodges. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler. But the rest of these guys, you know what I'm saying? They got to get acclimated. They got to get acclimated with it. He got to get acclimated with them. That's the plan. You know, a lot of people, just get beside themselves and have this microwave mentality. Everything got to hurry, hurry. Well, there's a growing process. There's a growing process. When you look at, okay, the opposite side of the ball, outside of Jake, outside of CP, um, Mac, and Juno, the rest of these guys in the O unit are young. Go to the defensive side of the ball. Outside of Grady, and Ominyata and Calais, um, and Mike Hughes, and Zoe, most of these guys are babies. These guys, this group got to grow together. And everything got to have, everybody got to be all pros right now. Everybody got to be Hall of Fame ability right now. You know what I'm saying? You want the end result without going through, you know what I'm saying? You want the beginning and then you want the Z. You want the A, you want the Z. You don't care nothing about the B to the Y. Well, the B to the Y is essential because that's the meat of the situation. That is the process. Okay? That's the process. Alberto Molina. I believe in Desmond. I believe in Desmond is Arthur, and I'm questioning because he has the ingredients. He just needs to start cooking some good food. He has been cooking food. I mean, you kind of got that in reverse. He's cooking. He's putting the ingredients, in there. The players have to execute. This old line, this old line has to get better in pass protection for us to get a rhythm, for to get chemistry. For everything else, to flow right. I don't know why y'all keep missing that, man. I don't know why y'all keep, stepping over around, it's just looking the other way on that. You know, I will say this past week, yeah, it was on Arthur because we didn't run the ball like we should have. We didn't run the ball like we could have. And that's just it, point blank. Period. We didn't stick to our identity of running the ball in that said situation. Now, like I said, with that being said, like I said, Alberto, you got that backwards, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's doing the cooking. You know what I'm saying? He's whipping up the plays, but you know what I'm saying? The players got to execute. The O line got to block in run situations and pass situations. That's a must. Without that, you're gonna get what you got Sunday. You got Dez getting hit 15 times and sacked 7 times. You know what up, man? Yeah, they are. Every last one of them. What have you heard me say, Ant? What have you heard me say? These Madden-minded, fantasy football microwave mindset having folk. You know what I'm saying? They want us to make these. They want us to go out and make these deals like there ain't no salary cap. You know what I'm saying? Like the monies don't have to add up. You know. You know what I'm saying? How y'all play Madden is not how the NFL life works. How y'all play fantasy football is not how the NFL works. Mm-hmm. Make sure I pronounce this right. Antonia Holloway, thanks for coming in. To be real, all these QBs been looking horrible. You're right. You're right, sweet. You're right. You're right. A good large percentage of the NFL QBs have looked off, have looked like hot garbage, have looked like retread dog shit. Yes. We have to understand that there is a process. And I don't think Blank would have hired Arthur Smith if he didn't have a true to life bona fide plan to put this organization, on the trajectory that they need to be, which was getting out of salary cap hell, which, Terry and Arthur did, and getting in a position to compete, compete to win, compete in the division, compete in the conference, compete in the league. And we're on that trajectory. Why y'all want to be jumping off the cliff on look, 17 games in the season. We're in the first quarter of the season. We're over 500 in the first quarter of the season in London right now. Handle our business in London. We are 3-1 for the first quarter of the season. But that's not what you all are looking at. That's not what you all are looking for. That's not what you're paying attention to. You know, I mean, I really don't understand it, man. I don't understand how you can scream. Well, I don't have a problem, but I have a problem with Arthur. How is that? Yeah, I mean, if you look at the situation, big picture wise, where's the problem? Where's the problem? Derek Hughes, thanks for coming in. Yes, this fan base needs to most definitely chill. We've been patient this long. Give the front office coaching staff time to get things right. We're definitely headed in the right direction. Sound better when you say it. Sound better when you say it. What up, Devon? Blackberry, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a better mindset to the people, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what's up. Trying to get a better mindset. You know, the a lot of y'all are on that. Make me feel good. Brigade, want to be entertained and excited. Want everything to look good. Never mind the wins and losses. Just want everything to look good and entertain. No, no, because that's not what that's not what the football game is all about. It's ugly. It's gritty. It's hard hitting. It's violent. I keep trying to tell y'all, You could put lipstick on the pig, it's still gonna be a ugly, stanky, ready to get cut up as some bacon, pig feet, and hog maws ass pig. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Arthur Smith works 20 long years to get to this point. Okay? And this whole, you know what I'm saying? We got to move on to the next one who may be better. Let me ask you all a question. Can you name an organization that has been successful having having a revolving door in the front office and on the sideline of the coaching position? Hmm? Can you name an organization that has been successful in that optimum? I mean, you know, from my time in watching, you know what I'm saying, the NFL, which started in 1977. Okay, I have never seen it. I had never seen an organization be successful doing that. Ghost Peppers, what's happening? Good to see you in here, brother. Ever since Jake got his contract restructured, there's some in this fan base losing their minds at another level. On 929 the game, a caller said we should trade for what? Look, why does this fan base think that their plan is better than Arthur Smith's plan? This is not Madden, man. This is not Madden. And a lot of y'all playing fantasy football need to get out of it. Because this ain't it. James, from one OG to another, the Arthur Smith better get it together on offense. We have seen enough over the years. Well, okay. Well, that sounds like you are still looking from a Jim Mora, Mike Smith, Dan Quinn perspective. You know, that's what that sounds like. Yeah. I mean, what is it that you've seen? What is it that you've seen? Because I'm quite sure y'all are, you know, can come up with some outlandish thing of not seeing nothing and not having any context to support it. Because you know, I seen where somebody compared Arthur Smith to Old Boy in Philadelphia, which was the two different ends of the spectrum because Old Boy Philadelphia didn't have 110 million in dollars in dead cap to deal with a piss poor personnel grouping to start with. Having to clean all of that out, clean up all the monies, and still try to, you know, put some semblance of a team together in the process. I mean, do y'all know those first two seasons? How many undrafted free agents ended up on this team because of said dead cap situation? And yet he was still able to give some semblance of us competing. But nobody think about that. Nobody talks about that. Well, I don't see enough. I'm not impressed. Mm. Yeah, you clearly weren't looking at the entire situation, big picture wise. See, that's part of the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? You look at what's in front of you instead of what has happened to lead to why things were the way they were, and then you constantly compare it to the ones that messed up the situation to regard with, to start with. If you're sitting here putting Arthur Smith in the same vein as Jim Mora, Mike Smith, and Dan Quinn, it's a sad mental mistake because he ain't them. He's not perfect, and I've never said that. But for someone to take the track that he's taken to get to this point, that is a very hungry individual. and miss me with that stuff about his dad's money because it had nothing to do with what he has done in this here league called the NFL. You know, straight up, man. I give this week's STFU to this Falcon fan base. Real talk, straight up. You know, um, because you got to have a better mindset. You got to have a better outlook than to be sitting on ready. You know what I'm saying? You know, be sitting on ready to say something about something wrong. Cause I didn't see a lot of y'all was out here throwing shade, throwing dirt. You know what I'm saying? Week 1, week 2. You know what I'm saying? And you were ready to pounce after this week. You were ready to pounce. You were ready to pounce. I mean, is that always got to be the mindset? If you mess around and you say something positive about this team, the entire rest of the doggone fan base jumps in. So you okay with mediocrity? Well, what the fuck? How is that? Why? Because we say something positive about something positive that we saw? And you got to jump from looking at that and seeing someone say something positive going all the way to, oh, no, you're okay with mediocrity. I mean, who does that? How do you fix your mind to be that? And then they have the nerve to say, well, I'm just a realist. Well, that's not being real. When you sit up every waking day looking to say something negative. Well, I have a right to my opinion. I can criticize. Criticizing is one thing. Being a negative nag, being a negative put down, no matter what happens, is in something else entirely different. You know, and people got to be, you know what I'm saying, got to know that. You got to know that. You got to know that. Why has everything got to be so negative? Why has it got to be negative? You can't look at the other side of the spectrum and be like, okay, well, you know, we got this going on. That, you know, that's a good, you know what I'm saying? That's a good perspective. That, you know what I'm saying, good going on. No, look. If anybody in this fan base says anything good about this team, y'all come in like piranha. You okay? You okay with negativity? I want to be better than that. We all want the team to be better than what it is. But that don't mean you got to put them down every day because they're not. I mean, there are better things to talk about. There are better things to talk about. We got a whole defense that has a 34.8% third down rating, which is 10th in the league. But you poo-poo that. Well, we paid all this money and we ain't getting no. We've gotten sacks, we've gotten pressures, we've gotten turnovers. All you can ask for from a defense. All you can ask for from a defense. You know, hey, look, it's the conversation, it's the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Hit like, hey, even if you you know enjoy it that much, subscribe to my channel. You know, this is what we do. You know, but you know, moving on to the defense, I wanna talk about, you know what I'm saying, Lorenzo Carter and Caden Ellis and Omen Yada and them, you know what I'm saying, being the third down brigade. You know, I've seen it a lot where they've been the ones being in on the third down stop so the defense getting off the field. Um You know, it, 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 it's a quiet movement. You know what I'm saying? It's a quiet movement. You know, it's like seems like every big third down that happened for the defense, Caden Ellis, Lorenzo Carter, and Ominyala are at the center of it. I mean, I'm just, asking that question. Could this be our third down stop, what I'm saying, core? Because these guys have, to start the season have been, what I'm saying, kicking the tires, what I'm saying, in the defensive rotation, you know. Um, and shout out to the defense, man. Shout out to the defense. I said the tone said we were gonna set the tone for the season, and the defense did that. The defense is doing that. We're having a chance to be in every game because of our defense. You know, um, I just think from an all around perspective, one unit, well, really both units have to process, go through the process, what I'm saying, and whatever that may be, in growing into a complete entity, what I'm saying, of being a sustainable product, which means player development has to happen. Y'all have to let these players develop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to let these players develop. You're not gonna get the results that you want without going through the process, without learning, what I'm saying, without going through like games and situations like Sunday. And yeah, it was on the coach because we didn't run the ball like we should have. We didn't run the ball like we needed to. You know what I'm saying? And it's, it is what it is right now. We're in London. We got Jacksonville, who they seem to be having a few issues themselves, and we're going to see some familiar faces in that game. Oliver Coon, Coward 18, most notably known as Calvin Ridley. Um, it's going to be, I think, the same as this previous weekend. It's going to be physical because teams, what I'm saying, the film work is out on us, ladies and gentlemen. It is. From last season, how we ran the ball against any and everybody, teams are coming in expecting a straight up mudbone dogfight. You know, and because we have the ability to run on any and everyone. Aiden Hutchinson said it in the post game. He was shocked that we wasn't running the ball like they expected us to. They came, he said it, they came into this game expecting us to run the ball at least 30, 40 times. And we did just the opposite and played right into their hands. The thing is, what I'm saying, and Arthur knows it. He knows it. He said it in the press conference. We gotta stay with our identity. We got to run the ball. We got to run the ball. And we got to run the ball. Everything else will take care of itself. Run game, hard nosed defense is the recipe. I know some of y'all big babies may not be, what I'm saying, with that recipe, but I mean, it is what it is. Go back and look at some football, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, in the 70s and 80s. That's how these teams won. Them 70s Steelers, that's how they won. 70s, 80s Raiders, that's how they won. Eagles, same. Cowboys, same. Uh, The 49ers, the same. Chiefs. The Dolphins went undefeated with same this same scheme, this same MO. Run the ball, play good dog, no defense. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, it's good old fashioned football. It ain't cute. It ain't pretty. It's not a pageant. It's not nothing where you gonna put on some stilettos and some stockings, you know, and tiptoe across the stage. No, you in the grass with some cleats, with some folks that trying to knock your block off. You know, now I mean, in some games, you know, guys are gonna get numbers. In some games, guys are not gonna get numbers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Drake had, you know, 8, 9 catches, 98 yards. Kyle had the same amount, 8, 9 catches for 101, 102, I think 111 yards. But what was missing? The run game numbers was what was missing. Come on, people. You got to use that tool between your two shoulder blades besides the hat rack. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. You know, up here complaining about wins and losses. I mean, shit, yeah, you might as well say you just, you know, gonna complain about everything. You know, um, I mean, because it makes you really wonder, as fans, are we are we really ready to win? Are we really ready to win? You know what I'm saying? Are we prepared to? Are we going to know how to act? I mean, are we going to know how to accept it, the winning, when it comes? Because I'm gonna tell you, as a person that was in there week 1, you know what I'm saying, in the bins, right? It was something special. But even in a couple of games I went to in the Georgia Dome, man, it was, you know what I'm saying, and it was banging. But bruh, when we in there and like we supposed to be in there, and I'm talking about attentive. We up on third down, not just on our feet, but at the top of our lungs, bro. It is hard. It is hard to be in that bench as an opposing team. You got folks lying, your opposing team quarterback lining up behind, not, you know, behind the guard instead of the center. You know, you got opposing team quarterback jumping offside, you know what I'm saying, when he's supposed to be getting ready for a quarterback sneak. Those things like that have that kind of effect when we as fans are in our lane as the 12th man. You know, and you're right, yeah. TDs were missing, but to get them TDs, we should have, and we were supposed to be running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Alberto, you right. We never had two things at once, bro. Hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? But in this particular case, yeah, we do. We have the run game. We have a defense. Okay, something that honestly, quite honestly, we ain't had since '98. You know, we had. Yeah, that's true. You know, and I think it was, you know, just trying to prove a point, probably, maybe. you know what I'm saying, or just got caught up. Like I said, no coach is perfect. There's, you know what I'm saying, just like the players, there are going to be miscues, there are going to be miscalls, there are going to be mistakes. You know, the thing is, after it happens, you know what I'm saying, you see what it was, you know what it was. What do we learn from it? We learn we got to stick to our identity and do what we do best. Let's run the ball. Well, Bo, here's what I think about that because a lot of people made a whole lot about the depth chart. I don't think it matters the order of the depth chart. I with as we saw the first 2 weeks, they're interchangeable because both of them can do damage. Both of them can do damage, but they're different types of damage. Now, if you're saying from a standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, lead off, you know what I'm saying, with the straight right, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and pepper them off, you know what I'm saying, with the jab would be, I get that, you know what I'm saying. Um, but I think that just in an open perspective, it really not gonna matter because they're both gonna get a lot of touches. They're both gonna get, what I'm saying, 10, 11, 12 to 15 touches a game, most likely, probably more. You know what I'm saying, depending on, what Arthur's working with, because with CP coming back most likely this week, um, this is going to open up a few things, especially back in our Swiss Army knife capability. Hey, that's my mentality too, because like I said, to start the season, I knew that there was going to be a point where our lackluster pass protection, which I always knew was going to be an issue, we had that game, had that problem early. Um, I think that we're gonna come off of this and stick to our identity, and everything is gonna roll like it should. It's gonna get back to progressing like what I'm saying, was before. And because we were starting to, what I'm saying, like first two games, he was starting to show, you know, and put things, the play calling sequences with the passing, with the running, and getting guys involved, and calling plays to showcase, whoever we wanted to get the ball to ability. You know, Mac Hollins' ability to go up and over people is looking and starting to be a problem. We just got to continue to make that happen. About whatever, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Algiers, he's a north and south runner. He's that wrecking ball. Yeah, yeah. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying, from a wrecking ball. We're gonna. I think a lot of people get stuck on um, the amount of talent that is available, and not understanding. It's not simple, you know, putting your talent in the right places, in the right place, in the right scheme, in the right position, what I'm saying, to succeed. And and I think which is something that Arthur is good at. I think it's just we had one of those aberrations Sunday of getting out of character, which is something that he doesn't ever repeat. Because he made one or two boo boos last year, and he never repeated those. So I think this is something that we won't see happen again going forward. You know, and I think that the sky's the limit, so to speak. You know, with once this line gets itself together, because that is the really honestly that's the end all be all to this offense getting off this offensive line. This offensive line, and you're right. That those two thunder and lightning perspective, and I think CP is the rain or the tornado or the cyclone, if you will, to add to that. You know, but this is what I wanted to get at y'all about this week on this week's version of Wicked Wednesday DirtyBird Tea game. You know what I'm saying? This is going to, like I said before, this is going to be me every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying, at 1 p.m. You know, um, I do also as well Mad Mondays with the OG on Monday live on Facebook. Um, on game day, I'll be chilling live in the fourth quarter with Wolf Solidified. And of course, last but not least, on Tuesdays, every Tuesdays at 7 p.m., live with the OGs, the realest OGs, me and OG Truth, bringing it to your heart, dirty and gritty and grimy like these dirty birds. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have it blessed, have it real, keep it dirty bird, and we'll holler at you next week.